How's it going? So today on BKRsport, we are here at CBA Super Stadium, and you know what that means. It means our tips are coming up again for rugby league. I think it's week 16, is it? Gee whiz, I don't even know anymore. I don't even want to know with what my Titans are doing right now. I don't even want to know anymore, man. This part right now is a really integral part of the season. I know Origin is still going. We've still got Game 3, which is going to be a decider, but the teams need to get through these next couple of weeks. The team's just outside the 8, the team's just inside the 8, the team's up there trying to get that top 4 spot, the team's down the bottom of the table trying to avoid the wooden spoon. I tell you right now is a massive part of the season, and you're going to be very careful about not messing up as we speak. So guys, I've actually got a busy week, so I can't do this tomorrow, so I actually don't have the team list in front of me, so this is literally just going off basically what I think should happen, I guess on form, the plays that they should have there, a bit of this, and a bit of that. The first game we got here is Manly versus Melbourne at Brookvale Oval. That's going to be a great game here. Obviously, Manly haven't been too great this season, but this is a really key game for them because they need to fight their way into that top 8. People are doubting them. Some people are believing in them. I don't necessarily believe they're going to make the top 8, but the fact of the matter is that when we get to this point of the season, those teams that you do doubt are able to get those wins over the bigger teams because it is a lot more of a desperation situation rather than just a want, as obviously the Storm will be wanting to get to the top of the table rather than Manly needing to get into that top 8. Melbourne would obviously, I would assume, be without Cameron Munster due to the fact that he got an injury in Origin game number 2. But I am still going to take the Storm here. I'm going to take Melbourne. I believe Pappenhausen will be back. I think that, look, they're just simply the better team here, and I think they'll sneak it. I don't think they're going to blow it out 13 plus like the odds suggest or how people think. I really do believe that Manly will keep it close here, especially at Brookie. These two teams do hate each other. There is a big rivalry there. But I do still think the Storm are going to win this game. So I'll take them 1-12, and it should be interesting. Friday night action, 6 p.m. down there in Newcastle. The Newcastle Knights take on my Gold Coast Titans. And look, I think that we have to win this game, you know. I've been saying 50, I've been saying 60, I've been saying 70, and we've been losing, and we've been losing, and we've been losing. So I think we're going to have to be a bit more realistic here and say the Titans by 40 here, obviously. Look, I think the Knights, they're not that great of a team, you know, and neither are the Titans right now, but I believe the Titans still have a lot more potential. Obviously, it's not working out for them this season. It isn't. We're not making the 8, let's be honest. It's just kind of a fact at this point. But the fact of the matter is that I do truly believe in what the Titans can offer. I believe David Fifita might be back for this game, which would be exciting. Obviously, he's a big bopper there, and he'll try and play his way into the Origin, but I don't think he'll probably make it because it's only 1 week until then. So yeah, look, I'm going to back in. I'm going to back in the Titans here. I'm genuinely going to back in the Titans, and I'm going to say 13 plus. You know, I'm going to back in my boys to have a breakout game here, try and avoid that spoon. Because if they do win this game, Tigers lose to the Warriors in New Zealand. Well, to be fair, if they win this game, then they're definitely above the Tigers, and the Tigers will be wooden spoon because next week it's actually the Titans bye. So, come on, boys. I'll be down there. I'll be vlogging. That vlog will come out on Monday for you guys. And come on, please, please, man. The Penrith Panthers. Penrith Panthers. The Penrith Panthers will be taking on Sydney Roosters here, the Chookies, and it's going to be a good game. It's in Penrith. I think Penrith win. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and pretend they're not. I think Penrith are going to win this game. But the Roosters, they did better than the scoreline represented in the last game these two teams played. First half was relatively close. In the second half, a little bit of a blowout there. But the fact of the matter is that the Roosters are a good team. James Tedesco, what a player he is, and this Roosters team are really going to benefit from him coming back, and they are desperate right now to make the 8. They've got a tough run home, man. They've got a really tough run home, so I actually wouldn't be surprised if Roosters did upset here. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't be surprised if the Roosters did upset. You know what? I'm actually going to go on a limb here. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say Roosters 1-12. I'm going to back him in to get the job done here. Obviously, the Panthers boys, they would all be tired from, you know, a big season so far. We're just getting past the halfway point. The internationals just happened. The Origins have both happened as well. They've played a little bit of extra games compared to these Roosters boys. And I don't know, I just get a feeling the Roosters might be able to sneak this one. I know it's in Penrith and they don't usually lose there, but I just think with the Roosters being outside the 8, desperately needing to make it inside the 8 because it would be really embarrassing for the Roosters not to make the 8 this season. It'd be really, really embarrassing for them not to make it. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Roosters 1-12. The favourite option is absolutely Panthers, and they could easily also win this game 13 plus. But I just think that the Roosters are going to be a little bit more desperate here, and we're going to see them fire up. So I'll take Roosters 1-12 in an upset. Today in Sydney, Canterbury Bulldogs taking on the Cronulla Sharks, and obviously the Sharkies, a bit how you going lately. They obviously beat the Titans the other week, but it was a better game from the Gold Coast that made it a really close one, 18-10 I think it was there down in Coffs Harbour. Look, I think the Sharks are going to win this game over the Doggies. The Doggies have got a bit of good form lately. They've won, I think, 2 games in a row or something like that. But I still think that's very much West Tigers form from the start of the season when I said to you guys, relax, they've won a couple of games, but they're not going to win the comp, they're not going to make the 8. But the Bulldogs, a couple of good wins here, a couple of good wins there, you know, they'll take it, they're on the right track. There's still a long way to go, and I think the Sharkies are going to be a little bit more clinical here, and they'll get the job done. I don't think it's going to be like a 40-plus blowout, but it could definitely be 20. It could definitely be 20 in favour of the Sharkies. Oh, big game here, North Queensland Cowboys taking on the Brisbane Schmonkos, the Brisbane Broncos. Dearie me, the Queensland derby. Broncos, obviously, they would probably more so need to win this than the Cowboys because they are starting to falter a little bit here and they are starting to kind of get a little bit shaky towards the crunch of the season. So I think the Broncos are really going to fire up here. Cowboys, obviously, they're still going to be fighting for a top 4 spot. They probably are going to get that top 4 spot this year based on the amount of wins they've already had. And JT, you know, obviously he's proven me wrong, he's proven everyone wrong. He's really been a safe option there for the Cowboys that has actually helped them out dramatically there. And the team is playing for each other. You know, it's more about the team playing for each other rather than individual basis, which is what I've been saying all season. So it's been great to see what the Cowboys have been doing this year. Obviously, you know, I win one if they win the comp, so win the comp for me, but I don't think it's going to happen. But I'm going to take them to win here, the Cows. I'm going to take the Cows to win here against the Broncos up there in North Queensland. In Brisbane, I probably would, at this point in the season, I'd take the Broncos. But back then, obviously, I know the Cowboys won by like 30 points when they last played them at Suncorp. But right now, I'm taking the Cows at home in North Queensland, 1-12. This game is always close. It's always close. Honestly, it doesn't matter who you pick here, guys. Usually, besides the game early this season, it's always a 1-12 game. This one here. So I'm taking the Cowboys 1-12, and it'll be a good battle here, good grind. South Sydney Rabbitohs versus the Butter Squeals down there in Sydney. I'm going to take Parramatta here. I think this is going to be interesting because Latrell Mitchell will more than likely play. Like I said, I haven't got the team list in front of me, but I believe Latrell Mitchell will be playing here because he desperately wants to potentially put himself into the spot for that Origin Game 3. And if he's to do that, he has to play this week because there's only one more week after this before Origin, and that week you can't play if you're playing in Origin. So Latrell's got this one game to prove his worth, and we all know how much Latrell Mitchell is worth and how quality he can be, but he's also coming back from a long-term injury. I don't believe he makes the Origin. I think that, look, don't rush him back in, slowly kind of return him to NRL action, and then obviously we can utilise him in the Australian team for the Rugby League World Cup at the end of this year. So, look, I think that Parramatta, they played well against the Chooksters. That was nice. I think that they're a superbly inconsistent team. You know, Parramatta have always been this way. Parramatta is Parramatta. I say that all the time. Parramatta is Parramatta. If you know that, then you understand that this is always normally going to happen here. You know, they can beat the good teams, but they struggle against the bad teams. But then when it gets to finals, they can't even beat the good teams. So what's the point here? But the Rabbitohs, I would class as a better than bad team. You know, they're obviously in the 8 right now. They're in 7th. The Eels are in 6th, so very close together. I'm taking Parramatta, and I will say 1-12. I think it'll be still a close enough game, but I still think maybe 10 points to Parramatta. I think they'll convincingly close win. You know what I mean? Like it was a solid win. It was close, but they'd pretty convincingly won, if you know what I mean. Alrighty. Huh? The big one. I'll tell you right now. Tigers. You got no pressure on you at all. Not a single bit of pressure is on you, West Tigers. We've got the New Zealand Warriors versus the West Tigers here at Mount Smart in Auckland, in New Zealand. New Zealand get to go back home for the first time in what, 3-4 years? Beautiful. Can't wait for it. There's a lot of pressure on them. Sold out. A lot of expectations there. Everyone's been saying, including myself, for a very long time, when they go back to New Zealand, whoever they play, they have to flog, because it's just to give back to the fans who deserve a lot better than the shit that we've seen this year from the Warriors with that 70 point smacking by a buddy Melbourne Storm. You know, the Sharkies game that we all know was ridiculous. Warriors should win this 13 plus. If the Warriors don't win this game 13 plus, we're going to relocate them to Vietnam. We're going to relocate them to be the Vietnamese Warriors. Okay? Don't lose this game, Warriors. Last game of the round, the St. George Illawarra Dragons versus Canberra Raiders at WIN Stadium in Wollongong. This is going to be interesting, man. Like, I think I know who I want to pick, but it kind of does come down to team list, to be honest with you, which I don't have. I think that Canberra are a better team. I'm scared. It's quite windy right now. I'm scared that this camera is going to fall. I'm going to have to dive and get there quickly. But I think Canberra are going to win this game. I think their defense is a bit better. I think the Whiten's incredible. I think Whiten defensively has been very good, plus also offensively has been very good. I think the Raiders have obviously improved dramatically from the start of the season, where they were looking like they could have been in the hunt for the spoon, and now they're in the hunt for the 8. If they win this game, they'll definitely put themselves up there, and the Dragons are in 8th. I think the Raiders are in 10th or 11th, and it's a close game here, man. Dragons, I've never really rated them too much this season. You know, they've been getting wins here and there, here and there, here everywhere, but like the fact of the matter is that I still don't really necessarily rate them for the top 8. I'm going to take Canberra here. I'm going to take Canberra. I think they're definitely going to put their name a little bit more out there. I think they've got a bit more of a balanced side in regards to a lot of aspects, and I think that Whiten, if he is playing, is going to really have to have a big game to try and throw his name back into the books for New South Wales, especially when people are not exactly a big fan of Stephen Crichton right now in regards to the first 2 games he's played. So Matty Burton will be there, and then it'll come down to whether they want to put Latrell there, they want to put Stephen Crichton there, they want to put Jack Whiten there, because Jack Whiten was absolutely incredible in game 1. So yeah, it's a tough one, but I'll take Canberra. I'll take them. I could see them winning 13 plus. I'll take them 1-12 though. I think they'll be able to get the job done down there. But anyway, guys, that's going to do us here for today's video. Obviously, smack that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. Let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are and who you think are going to win these games. Obviously, these are just all opinions. I could literally go 0 from 8. I could go 4 from 8. I could go 8 from 8. Doesn't really matter, man. It's all a bit of fun just talking about the games that are incoming. I had a really good weekend in regards to my tipping in regards to the rep round though. I know Fiji was wrong, but you know, I did tip New South Wales to win the Origin, even though I'm a Queensland fan. I know it sucks. I did tip New Zealand to win. I did tip the old Lebanese to win. Women's Origin I got wrong though. I did say Queensland that one. That was a really close game. And also, obviously I told you Samoa would slap it, man. Gee whiz. But like I said, that's going to do us here for today's video. I appreciate you as usual. Don't forget, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, we'll be doing streams all weekend long. We've got rugby internationals, we've got UFC, we've got NRL. Plus, on Friday, there will not be any streams because I will be at the Newcastle versus Titans game. So that vlog will come out for you guys on Monday here on the channel. But I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.